Paradise World videos. We're back in Torrevieja with all the latest news. And yeah, coming up to 11 o'clock, still scorching hot, still looking at mid 30 degrees in the shade. And as you all know, we've been having this bad weather, this orange dust everywhere. And yeah, finally we're getting to see a bit of blue sky, but I've got a lot of news for you today. And it's not just the weather, we've got a lot of news about squatters. Yeah, we've got a clip that's gone viral, and I managed to get a clip of this, what's been going on in Torrevieja, because squatters are kicking off with the neighbours. So you can have a look at that, so make sure you watch it to the end. Also, we've got a clip of the new restrictions and what you're allowed to take on the aeroplanes and Ryanair. They give you a little bit extra, so we'll be talking about that as well. Also, we've got a gang that's been caught here in Torrevieja, taking money from businesses and threatening people, so the gang has been caught. And of course, more deaths happening, people drowning, yeah, record-breaking deaths, temperature rising, record high temperatures. Over 13 people died in a month of Murcia because of extreme heat. And we've got the new flag warning that's just gone out. So yeah, we're going to update you with all the news. So make sure you watch it to the end. We'll show you the videos and keep you up to date. And one other bit of news, of course, going to let you know about, it's about non-EU residents. And there's been a new ruling where they can actually claim back expenses. So yeah, we'll let you know about that. So first of all, we're going to go on with the new rules that have been brought in by the EU Parliament, and it was to do with 3 pieces of items you're allowed to carry on a case, and especially Ryanair, which they give a little bit more. So I've got a clip here that's going to explain what has changed now with this new ruling and what Ryanair are giving you. You can let us know in the comments what you think about this little bit of extra.
This is the cabin baggage. I take it's fairly squidgy because you never know, because all of the airlines, as we were just hearing, have different dimensions. Now, what Ryanair is doing is saying, OK, 40 centimetres, we're already doing that, and 20 centimetres across here, we're doing that, so we're compatible there. It's the dimension there where it wasn't wide enough, so they're going to add 5 centimetres to that, which means that the volume you're allowed to take is actually 1/5 larger than it was before. There's a long case, obviously, yeah. And the European Parliament wants all the airlines to allow you to take 2 pieces of cabin baggage, because we used to be able to do that, if you remember. I mean, if you go back 20 years, there wasn't an issue with cabin baggage. You could check in bags for free. Then they started charging for check-in bags. Then everyone thought, well, I'm going to take it all on board. Then they started charging for roll-along cases. And the European Parliament, some of them are saying, we think it's a fundamental human right to take 2 bags on board. To try to stop that, the airlines have got together and said, we're going to standardise our allowance. That's what Ryanair is doing. They're not actually saying we will all have the same allowance, because as Naga was pointing out, they're all very different. But what they are saying is, if you've got a bag of 40 by 30 by 15, then we guarantee you can take it on board all our airlines. And to comply with that, Ryanair had to expand one of their dimensions, and that's why we've got this bonus. And it's coming just 3 days ahead of Ryanair's 40th birthday, so you can treat it as a little birthday gift.
So yeah, that was that new ruling there, which is pretty good for everyone. A bit extra to carry on. And yeah, the next story we've got, of course. So the other big story, of course, is this renting. If you had property here in Spain, you weren't in the EU, of course, you weren't allowed to claim any expenses. Well, that's all changed now. So that strict rule's gone out of the window, and now if you're not in the EU, you can actually claim for all kind of costs, which is like maintenance and the cleaning, utilities, repairs, insurance, even the marketing, where you had to pay out to advertise. Of course, you're not in the EU, so therefore you were getting charged a 24% tax, and you weren't allowed any expenses to be deducted. So that is a bit of good news for all the rentals. If you were in the EU, only 19%, so yeah, bigger 5% difference, and not able to claim any expenses. Well, good news is you can claim all them kind of expenses. Another big story as well is the COVID. Yes. Big story. There's a massive COVID outbreak in Malaga, and yeah, not long here you're going to start seeing people dotted around wearing a mask and taking precautions. And yeah, I've just seen someone, believe it or not, with a mask. But Malaga's been struck down, and yeah, big COVID problems. It's on an outbreak. It's actually a holiday hotspot in Malaga, and the health officials are saying they're warning everyone about the new summer COVID variant that is spreading so quickly across the country at all these tourist places. And the health officials are actually naming this new COVID variant XFG, and it's the new flu, as you all know it, but they're all called variants. And it's pretty mild kind of pandemic, they're saying, but it has hit a lot of these holiday resorts along the Malaga coast. And they're saying one reason why it's spreading so quickly, they're blaming it on the air conditioning units. It's a bit like when you're on a plane, isn't it? You get over here and you catch everyone's cold. We're always blowing along the plane now. And the old pharmacies down in Malaga revealed that the COVID tests are literally selling out again. It's obviously getting that bad because it's the summer season and it's August, but they're really worried about the elderly because it's the elderly that are getting affected the most. Saying back in the UK as well, they're carrying on as well with the COVID vaccination phase. I don't know if you've been having your jabs regular or what you think about COVID, but it don't seem to be going away. And this time it's in El Malaga, and they're blaming it on air conditioning and everything like that and the hot weather. And they're recommending that all the elderly people do get up to date with their vaccination. Here we go again, COVID. But yeah, last time I brought the latest news, I got told off for telling people to go and have a jab. Listen, you make your own mind up. I'm only reporting on the latest news, and that is the latest news. It's kicking off in Malaga, and if you're elderly, you're going to be more vulnerable. And yeah, this next story, I say, property in Spain is absolutely peanuts. And especially if you go inland or up to Valencia, because you've got an area in Valencia where the property is so cheap in Valencia. It's cheap for a reason, like everyone says. It's cheap because no one wants to be there. It's a bit of a dump, and it is a little dump area. And they bought this property for 10,000 euros. Yeah, about 8 grand, isn't it? 10,000 euros, a mental price. And what they done was they rented it out. And yeah, bit of a squatter place, like I say, rough and ready area. And they're saying no one in their mind would actually live there. That's how bad it is. And yeah, they're making 1,300 a month. So they're all kicking off because obviously there's money to be made. There's money to be made. But yeah, crazy, isn't it, eh? And you know, like down here, you buy an apartment now. Lucky to get 1 or 2 bed, 1 bath. Really lucky, around 80, 90,000 in Torrevieja. That's how quick it's shooting up. But yeah, 10 grand. And then you can rent it out for 1,300 a month. But they're not happy because they're living in a squalor. But I suppose it sorts out the rental problems. And talk about rental problems, this is what I'm going to be telling you about now. And it's happening all the time. I will post videos at the end about the squatters problem, and yeah, big squatter problem. They're saying 1 in every 100 houses. I think it's a lot more than 1 in every 100 houses. Squatting is outrageous here in Spain. And just down the road from Torrevieja, literally Playa Los Locos. We've filmed there a lot of times. Really nice little urbanisation, and it's all kicked off there. Yep, a bloke's tried to gain entrance into an holiday home, and a lot of the locals know the people in the home, and they've all stuck together and are actually fighting with the person that squatted, all kicking off. Yeah, take a look at this video.
¡Con el cuchillo, no! ¡Con el cuchillo! ¡Con el cuchillo! ¡Con el cuchillo! ¡Policía! 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 ¡Policía!
¡Grabadlas! ¡Sinvergüenza! ¡Delincuente! ¡A mí me habéis pegado a la hija de puta! ¡Hija de puta!
¡Ha salido tu marido con un cuchillo! ¡Con un cuchillo! ¡Ha salido tu marido con un cuchillo!
¡Sal, machote!
¡Sal ahora, sal! ¡Sal! ¡A robar! ¡A robar! ¡Sal con el cuchillo ahora! ¡Sal! ¡Sal con el cuchillo ahora! ¡Sal con el cuchillo! ¡Sal con el cuchillo ahora! ¡Sal con el cuchillo ahora! ¡Sal con el cuchillo ahora! ¡Sal! ¡Sal ahora con el cuchillo! ¡Sal con el cuchillo! ¡Sal con el cuchillo!
Todos los testigos que hay.
Ahora si queréis salir, venga, sal, sal, sal con el cuchillo ahora, sal. Pero sal con el cuchillo.
Mira lo que le enseña a tus hijos. Van a ser como tú.
Te los va a quitar asuntos sociales. ¿Cómo llevas la cara? Mira, mira.
No me ha dado tiempo ni a ver nada.
Mira cómo llevas la cara.
Coño, te estoy diciendo.
He salido pitando en cuanto me han dicho.
Tomás, he ido andando, voy mirando las llaves y ya yo empiezo a pegarme puñetazos.
Sabía que alguien iban a enganchar. ¡Te vamos a enganchar, gilipollas!
Yes, a lot of tensions kicking off, and it's good the old neighbours are stuck up. But when the police were called, they arrested a 34-year-old man, and and it all started. And you know, he produced a knife, and they started threatening people. You can see the bloke got a good old cost to the head. This was located just by Duquesa Beach urbanisation, literally a few metres back from Playa Los Locos, which is quite a nice area, like I mentioned. That video had been circulating around social media platforms, Facebook, TikTok, all over the place. Thousands of views. But this is not a rare occasion, like I say. Squatting's going on all the time, and you've only got 48 hours to get them out. If you call the police, anything longer than that, you've got to go down the road to the courts. But not to panic, because if you do buy an holiday home here, and you've got good neighbours, and if you're still a bit not sure, you could always get the squatters insurance, because Linear Direct do squatters insurance, because the problem is on the rise. They do tend to, when they do go and squat, check the areas out, and they go along, and what they do is they put little markers or open the gate, drive around, and they try ringing doorbells, and yeah, basically asking silly questions, pretending they're canvassing for something, but actually they're staking the area out, and you do see them drive around. But of course, when you're living on an urbanisation, you spot it all. So, and if you've got good neighbours, you've got nothing to worry about. But yeah, the squatter problem is really bad. So I will post a video at the end, a few squatter videos, and you'll see how bad it is. And other than that, we've got another case here in Torrevieja as well, where a gang's been caught extorting money out of people and fraud and all that kind of business. So yeah, I'm gonna let you know about that. So the old civil guard here in Torrevieja, they got the ringleader and 4 other people that were actually involved and arrested them all. And it was to do with financial losses of people up to €6,000. The gang that was acting in Torrevieja was involved in, like I say, fraud, extortion, misappropriation and threats. And that what led to the operation and arrest of all this organised gang. There's 4 other people that are under investigation. Looking at 10 cases from December 2024 up to now. It was all to do with complaints really, and they started getting all these complaints to police, and that's when they decided to act on it. Mention it was all kind of things like threats and kind of investment kind of things, and one of them produced a load of fake receipts and transfers and deposits, and they started demanding more transfers and various excuses when the victim refused to continue. That is when the victim started getting a lot of threats, and that is when it all come very suspicious. It was really serious and all, because they started threatening all the family members as well, and then they started demanding these payments were like split up to all different kind of third party people, where the police managed to find out where the money was going and find out all the accounts, and that's when they swooped in and got them. The main man, the ringleader, is alleged, he was a 27-year-old man. He was brought before the courts in Torrevieja, and it was later ordered his release for the 4 others, which are all under investigation, and there were different ages, 24, 43 and 27, and a woman of course involved, but all these face charges of various degrees of fraud, extortion and threats. Police advising people, which you all probably know, that main obvious thing is, you know, do not send money in advance, especially if you're under pressure, or anyone that's asking for an urgent request to send the money. Wary of any kind of transfers, they're saying, and especially if they're cleared funds in your account. Never share passwords, one-time codes, online banking details, all the usual stuff really. And if you do detect anything like that, always contact the civil guard. So yeah, big ring, big gang here in Torrevieja, another one caught, another one bites the dust. As you know, there's a lot of court cases going on at the moment as well. And we've got Orihuela Costa, that's the latest one, which I'll update you on. We've got people in Fulgencio, near Dolores, they're all up in court. Basically, there's not an area, Orihuela City, there's not an area that's councillors not in court or banged up. But yeah, the latest one is fake invoices, they're saying, the phantom transfers. Over 27,000 euros have all of a sudden disappeared with fake accounts for what they're been spent for. This is known as the festival scam. So Orihuela City Council that has submitted 117 documents to the Public Prosecutor's Office in Elche regarding the suspected fraud in subsidies granted to the festival committees in La Mirada, Orihuela Costa, and a case which dates back to 2024. So yeah, they're catching up with recent years now, which is pretty good. But yeah, there is a lot of it going on, like I mentioned, and this is the latest one. And it involves falsified invoices and bank records, and already forced resignations in the mayor offices. The council's legal services have flogged the documents containing indications of possible criminal offences. One delivered, they're saying, to the prosecutors on August the 19th. Files included bank statements, invoices, suppliers' communication, and repeat requests for clarification that's been requested for both festival committees and the municipal technicians to identify these obvious inconsistencies. So yeah, and we're talking, like I say, 27 grand, and they're inflated bills, they're saying, altered transfers, and you're looking at demanding the return of this money. They want the money back, 19,280 from La Mirada Festival Association and 7,352 from the Orihuela Costa Committee. So they want this money back, and it's all in the court at the moment. So yeah, it's all happening, isn't it, eh? And it's all happening here as well. We're on the promenade, Playa de Cura, and I did report about this fish, and yeah, it's classed as a jellyfish, Portuguese of war, a blue dragon, and so far I've been pretty lucky here, but just down the road in Guatemala they haven't been so lucky, and they've been closing the beach as I reported, and the beach has been open and closed. The council stopped people going in the sea because it can kill, this blue dragon, or give you bad rashes and upset stomach and all the full Monty what the jellyfishes do, nasty stings. So they did close the beach, but now they've actually got a new flag out for this. The reason why they've got this new flag, because there's been, like say, 6 beach closures in Guatemala del Segura, and that was all closed by the town hall. And now they've got this flag, you can see there, and as you know, the yellow flag plus jellyfish flag, and then they've got the swimming allowed, and these are the latest flags basically. The green one is normally good as gold, the yellow does come with a warning. And talk about warning, there was a 74-year-old man that drowned on a beach at La Mata. Yeah, another sad case, and yeah, it's on the increase. Like I say, we've had 13 so far in La Mata this year, and he was out on a yellow, which does say swim with caution, and unfortunately they couldn't revive him. So yeah, you do have to take notice of these flags. So this new jellyfish flag's just appeared now. I was saying, once you've got these flags, you're all literally informed, and you do know what is safe and what ain't safe, and basically covering yourself. So you actually know whether you want to take the gamble going in the sea. So if you see the jellyfish flag up there, yeah, get out of the water as soon as you can if you're in there, and don't go in there. That's the best advice, especially if it's that blue dragon. Like I say, they're calling it the Portuguese of war blue dragon. But we do have all different kinds of jellyfish, and we do have it up on Mar Menor, up that way in Murcia region. They were suffering a lot of the Portuguese of war recently, and last year was really bad. But yeah, in Torrevieja, as you can see, no problems. Calm sea, nice beaches, and plenty of people about. Gone 12 o'clock, and yeah, coming up to lunchtime. But you've got to get early, get that space on the beach. Finally, if you still want to come and live the dream, it's still possible. I'm still getting people emailing me, want driving tours. People want actually mortgages now, so I'm getting people, we're arranging mortgages. Remember, you can't buy in Spain a property unless you've got NIE, and you're looking at 6 months to get that NIE because it's so backlogged. Everyone wants to be here and live the dream. But like I say, my lawyer can sort that out for you. We can get the NIE done literally in less than 2 weeks. And then we've got our people to help you find property, of course. Claire and Dave will put you on in touch with them. And then we've got the taxes, and as you know, what I mentioned in the news today, if you've got rental property, you need your taxes sorted out. Alfred, the email's in address, just mention Paradise World Videos, and he will sort out your tax because whether you're renting or not, holiday home, you do have to declare your taxes every year in Spain, a resident tax or a non-resident tax. And if you don't declare it, you'll be fined heavy. And I know many people ain't done it for years, and it's best to get on it while you can. Don't leave it too late. If you are thinking of coming here and you're not sure what it really costs to actually live in Spain, well, we have got an average monthly cost of living in Spain, and it is between 800 euros and 1,200 for a single person. And of course, for a family of 4, it's going to be a lot more. I mean, we're talking minimum 2,000, even all the way up to 3,500. I suppose it all depends on how you shop and where you go and how much electric you got running. As you know, Spain is more affordable than most Western European countries and a lot cheaper than the UK on all levels, really. Even the food can be cheaper if you shop with the markets, shop local brands, and the insurance for a car's cheaper, includes your breakdown. So there are a lot of good things. Cheap property, and the sunshine of 340 days I mentioned, you get that free. You don't have to pay for that. And you're not in your house, so you're not burning electric, you're out and about, walking. And you've got your cheap menus of the day. There's so many things that are so good here. And everyone's going, oh, it's all going up. Spain ain't cheap anymore. I don't know what you think, let us know. But a lot of them we're going to Portugal, going to Bulgaria. You've got to remember, Spain's easy to get to, isn't it? Come across on the ferry if you're from the UK or any of these European countries, it's literally next door, a couple of hours, you're here. So it is cheap. It is cheaper, shall I say. And yeah, you can come and live the dream. There are the visas, which we're sorting out quite a lot of visas at the moment for these people. They're all applying, as you know, for the lucrative and the non-lucrative, the self-employed. So we are doing all the visas. If you did want to email me, a lot of people are saying, well, I couldn't find your email, it was hard work. I've got in the description, you get all the information there. You've got the email address for Alfred, and you've got the currency direct. And if you want to buy me a coffee, you can do that in the description as well. Or you can just scan the barcode. We've got the barcode now for currency direct. And then whether you're in euros or not, it is a good little app to have because you can transfer your money up, backwards and forwards all over the place. And not only that, you're going to save money, I mentioned. So yeah, you've got to have currency. If you're not got EU, you do need to change your currency up because the banks don't give you a good rate. And not just if you're doing quite a big sum, you have to sort it out over the phone and get the best rate like you do. But yeah, having a nice massage here. There you go, that's nice and calm, isn't it? Yeah, it's a lovely beach. So yeah, let us know what you think really about all the day's news, especially COVID. What you think about it? Are you keeping up to date with your jabs? And yeah, the rental thing. The EU looking after us again, isn't it? The EU Parliament now letting all these people that are non-EU can claim the expenses. Be careful about the sea in Guatemala because they're still lurking, them blue dragons. Now what do you think about the new EU? The old restrictions there, Ryanair. He's given a €1.50 bonus to the workers if they do spot an oversized luggage. So whether you use Ryanair or not, or what airline you use, what airline you think is the cheapest, let us know in the comments and tell us where you use, where you're coming from, and what part of Spain, or if you're looking to buy. yeah, let us know everything. I want to know everything, what people are on my channel, what they want to know, whether they want to know about the news, property, or whether they just want to hear about Ryanair. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video today, and really thanks to all the people that have joined the channel, your channel members who get to see the videos before they go to public, and all the donations, of course, the super thanks. We had a nice one again from Roger, super thanks, appreciate it, and all the coffees people have been buying. And then we had another coffee the other day, which I like to mention. Phil and Kathy, yep, from Stratford, bought me coffee. But yeah, been receiving quite a lot of coffee, so I really appreciate it, because as you know, it all costs money, doesn't it? Driving around, iPad, you know, the old storage space, editing apps. And every video, believe it or not, takes 3 or 4 hours. Make sure you check the videos up there of Squatters. And it's hasta luego from Torrevieja on a Thursday afternoon, 12 o'clock, and it's another scorcher.